Welcome to Old Age Wisdom, your trusted source for navigating the journey of aging with grace and knowledge. If you find topics like this helpful for enriching life's later chapters, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel right now so you don't miss out on future insights. Have you, perhaps, ever become aware of a subtle, distinct scent associated with yourself or an older person you care about? It's often a very faint aroma, something quite different from typical body odor or the fragrance of perfume or cologne. It's just a delicate, sometimes persistent, smell that can be difficult to pinpoint. Interestingly, you might not even perceive it on yourself, while others around you might notice it. I understand completely that this can be a rather delicate subject, one that many people feel uncomfortable discussing openly. However, it's crucial to know that this is an incredibly common phenomenon among older adults. And please, rest assured, this characteristic scent is absolutely not an indicator of poor personal hygiene or infrequent bathing. Many people mistakenly assume this, which can unfortunately lead to unnecessary embarrassment or even gentle scolding, urging more frequent showers or increased use of fragrances. In today's discussion, we'll delve into the scientific reason behind this unique scent and, more importantly, explore simple and truly effective ways to address it without resorting to expensive perfumes or harsh deodorants that might only mask the issue temporarily. The very first point I want to strongly emphasize is that the particular smell sometimes associated with advancing years has nothing to do with neglecting personal cleanliness or skipping baths. This common misconception can cause needless distress. As mentioned, telling an older adult to simply shower more often or apply more scented products not only fails to resolve the underlying cause, but can sometimes exacerbate skin dryness or irritation, potentially making matters worse. Science has actually identified the real source, a chemical compound known as nonenal. It might sound a bit unusual, but nonenal is a naturally occurring substance produced when specific fatty acids present on the surface of our skin undergo a process called oxidation. This oxidation process tends to increase as we journey through life, becoming notably more pronounced after the age of 40. Nonenal possesses a characteristic odor often described by researchers as somewhat grassy, waxy, or faintly musty. Furthermore, this scent compound is known for being quite tenacious. It doesn't easily wash away with standard soaps and cleansers. Understanding these natural bodily changes is the first step towards managing them effectively. If this information is striking a chord with you or reminds you of someone you care for, please take a moment to hit that like button. Doing so helps our channel reach more individuals who could genuinely benefit from this knowledge. And if you haven't become part of our community yet, subscribing to Old Age Wisdom ensures you'll always receive our latest practical tips and valuable insights for healthy aging. So, why exactly does nonenal become more noticeable as we age? There are essentially three primary factors contributing to this, and I'll explain them in a straightforward manner. Firstly, it's largely due to the natural evolution of our skin over time. When we are younger, our skin typically produces a greater amount of natural oils, known as sebum. These oils, along with potential odor compounds, are generally washed away quite readily during bathing. However, as the years pass, our skin naturally becomes thinner, drier, and produces significantly less of these oils. Consequently, the oxidized fatty acids that generate nonenal become more concentrated and adhere more stubbornly to the skin, making them harder to remove through simple washing. Secondly, changes in our sweating patterns play a role. It might seem counterintuitive. Less sweat should mean less odor, right? But sweat actually serves an important function in helping our bodies eliminate certain waste products and toxins. As we age, we often tend to sweat less profusely. This reduction in perspiration means fewer toxins are flushed out through the skin, potentially allowing them to accumulate and contribute to body odor, including the presence of nonenal. Thirdly, a decrease in saliva production can be a contributing factor, although it might seem unrelated at first glance. Saliva is vital for maintaining oral hygiene. It naturally cleanses the mouth, washing away food particles and odor-causing bacteria. As we get older, our salivary glands may become less active, leading to a drier mouth. This drier environment unfortunately creates ideal conditions for bacteria to multiply, which can result in bad breath, sometimes adding another layer to the overall perceived body scent. You can almost visualize your skin as a sophisticated filter. In youth, this filter operates at peak efficiency, clearing away impurities. With age, the filter naturally becomes a bit less effective, allowing certain residues, like nonenal, to linger. Implementing some straightforward washing techniques can make a noticeable difference in managing this. Are these explanations making sense and feeling helpful? We'd appreciate it if you let us know by giving this video a thumbs up. And just a friendly reminder, subscribing to Old Age Wisdom keeps you connected to a wealth of practical advice just like this, designed specifically for our seasoned viewers. Now that we have a clearer understanding of the root causes, finding effective solutions becomes much more manageable, wouldn't you agree? I'm excited to share a very simple yet remarkably effective bathing technique I like to call the Triple S Washington. The first S stands for skin folds. Have you ever observed that body odor seems to concentrate more intensely in areas where the skin folds over itself? Common examples include the neck area, under the arms, beneath the breasts, especially for women, the groin region, behind the knees, and even in the crooks of the elbows. This happens because these areas tend to trap moisture and have less air circulation, creating a warm, damp environment where bacteria, along with nonenal, can readily accumulate and thrive. Therefore, when you are bathing or showering, make a conscious effort to gently but thoroughly cleanse these specific folded areas. Remember, gentleness is key. Avoid scrubbing harshly, as mature skin is often more delicate and susceptible to irritation or damage. The second S is for scalp. Our hair, particularly the dense hair on our scalp, is surprisingly adept at holding onto various odors. Many people, perhaps men more commonly, tend to give their hair a quick rinse or a brief scratch during showering. But this often isn't sufficient to effectively remove the buildup of sweat, excess oils, dead skin cells, and yes, nonenal, that can cling tenaciously to both the scalp and hair strands. When you wash your hair, take an extra moment to use your fingertips, not your nails, to gently massage your scalp in slow, circular motions. This technique helps to deeply cleanse the scalp and lift away odor-causing residues for a fresher result. The third S in our Triple S wash focuses on sweaty spots. Areas like the feet, especially the spaces between the toes and the palms of our hands, contain a high concentration of sweat glands. The feet, in particular, being enclosed in shoes for much of the day, are especially prone to developing odor due to trapped moisture and bacterial activity. So, during your shower or bath, make it a point to meticulously scrub your feet, paying close attention to the areas between each toe, and don't forget to thoroughly wash your palms as well. Beyond the Triple S method, let's touch upon a few additional simple yet important showering habits that can significantly contribute to managing body odor. Firstly, always remember that gentleness is paramount. As our skin matures, it becomes thinner and more sensitive. Therefore, it's highly advisable to steer clear of harsh soaps, aggressive body washes containing strong detergents, or products with overpowering artificial fragrances. These can strip away the skin's protective natural oils, leading to dryness, irritation, and potentially even worsening odor issues. Instead, opt for mild, preferably unscented cleansing bars or body washes, or those formulated with light, natural fragrances derived from essential oils. Secondly, pay careful attention to the water temperature. While a steaming hot shower might feel comforting, especially on a chilly day, it's actually not the best choice for aging skin. Hot water can effectively dissolve and wash away those crucial protective oils, leaving your skin feeling tight, dry, and more vulnerable. Lukewarm water is a much gentler and skin-friendly option. Thirdly, ensure you rinse your body thoroughly after washing. Any residual soap or cleanser left on the skin can potentially cause irritation or contribute to dryness. Fourth, when drying off, gently pat your skin dry with a soft, clean towel. Avoid vigorously rubbing your skin, as the friction can easily irritate or damage delicate mature skin. Pay extra attention to thoroughly drying those skin folds and the areas between your toes to prevent moisture buildup. Finally, make it a habit to moisturize your skin immediately after bathing, while it's still slightly damp. Applying a good quality, fragrance-free moisturizer at this time helps to seal in moisture, keeping your skin feeling soft, supple, and healthy. which can indirectly help manage odor by maintaining the skin's natural barrier function. Proper bathing using techniques like the Triple S wash is certainly a cornerstone, but it's often not the complete picture when it comes to effectively managing the characteristic aging scent. We also need to consider some other important lifestyle habits that can make a significant difference. First and foremost is ensuring adequate hydration by drinking enough water throughout the day. It might seem indirectly related, but water is an incredibly potent tool for cleansing the body from the inside out. When we are well hydrated, our bodies can more efficiently flush out toxins and waste products through urine and sweat, which naturally helps to reduce overall body odor. It's generally best to drink plain, warm water if possible. Starting your day with a glass of warm water upon waking can be particularly beneficial. You might find it helpful to follow a simple schedule, such as having 1 glass upon waking, 1 before lunch, 1 after lunch, another around mid-afternoon, perhaps 3 p.m., 1 before dinner, and 1 more a couple of hours before bedtime. However, it's wise not to drink large amounts too close to sleep, to avoid disrupting your night with bathroom visits. And please remember, beverages like coffee, caffeinated tea, and sugary sodas don't count towards your daily water intake. In fact, they can sometimes have a dehydrating effect on the body. Secondly, consider incorporating brief periods of sun exposure. It might sound a bit unusual, but controlled exposure to sunlight, particularly the gentler rays in the early morning or late afternoon, can actually help to naturally reduce odor-causing bacteria residing on the skin's surface. Of course, moderation is key. We shouldn't sunbathe for extended periods, and it's absolutely essential to protect our skin with a broad-spectrum sunscreen. However, incorporating about 10 to 15 minutes of gentle sunlight exposure into your daily routine, when possible, can be quite beneficial for skin health and odor control. Thirdly, let's talk about diet. Making conscious choices about the foods we eat can play a role in minimizing body odor from within. Try to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables that are rich in antioxidants. Excellent choices include tomatoes, apples, berries like strawberries and blueberries, and dark leafy greens such as spinach and kale. These foods contain compounds that help combat oxidative stress throughout the body, which in turn can help minimize the formation of nonenal, the very compound we discussed earlier. Interestingly, garlic, despite its own potent aroma, contains compounds that can actually have a deodorizing effect once digested. Furthermore, the fiber naturally present in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains is crucial for maintaining a healthy digestive system. A well-functioning gut plays a surprisingly significant role in overall body odor, so ensuring adequate fiber intake supports this internal balance. Fourth on our list is diligent oral hygiene. This goes beyond simply brushing your teeth after meals. It's also highly recommended to use dental floss daily to clean between teeth where brushes can't reach, and to gently scrape your tongue each day. The tongue's surface can harbor a significant amount of odor-causing bacteria. If you find it helpful, chewing sugar-free gum or sucking on a small slice of lemon can also stimulate saliva flow and temporarily freshen your breath between brushings. If you're finding these practical lifestyle tips useful and easy to understand, please take a second to like this video. It truly helps support the Old Age Wisdom channel. Finally, I want to emphasize one more critical aspect that often gets overlooked: the cleanliness of your clothes, bedding, and the air quality in your home environment. You could follow the most meticulous bathing routine, but if the fabrics you wear or sleep in, or the air you breathe indoors, aren't fresh, body odor can unfortunately persist or quickly return. Clothes, especially undergarments and items worn close to the skin, should ideally be changed and washed daily. Sweat, shed skin cells, and traces of nonenal can easily cling to fabrics, creating an inviting environment for bacteria to multiply and generate unpleasant odors. When choosing clothing, especially underwear and base layers, opt for natural fabrics like cotton whenever possible. Cotton tends to absorb sweat more effectively and allows for better air circulation compared to many synthetic materials. Additionally, if your circumstances permit, hanging clothes out to dry in the sunlight offers an added benefit, as the sun's ultraviolet rays have natural antibacterial properties. Your bedding also requires regular attention. Sheets, pillowcases, blankets, and throws should be washed frequently, ideally at least once a week. Pillowcases deserve special attention because they come into direct contact with your face and hair, areas where oils and skin cells accumulate readily. Consider changing your pillowcases even more often, perhaps 2 to 3 times per week, for optimal freshness. Over time, old pillows and blankets themselves can accumulate bacteria, dust mites, and absorbed odors, so it's wise to replace them periodically. Lastly, don't underestimate the importance of ventilating your home. Body odors, no matter how faint, can accumulate in stagnant indoor air, especially in enclosed spaces. Make it a habit to open windows and doors for about 10 to 15 minutes each time, perhaps once in the morning and again in the evening, to allow fresh air to circulate and flush out stale air. Pay extra attention to ventilating bathrooms and kitchens, as these areas are often prone to moisture and odor buildup. As an additional measure, placing a few activated charcoal bags or an open bowl of baking soda in rooms can help absorb excess moisture and neutralize lingering odors. Do you know someone, a friend, a family member, who could find these tips helpful? Please consider sharing this video with them. While it might feel like a sensitive topic to broach, sharing this practical information could genuinely make a positive difference in their comfort and confidence. So, to recap, we've explored the key strategies for addressing the characteristic aging scent that concerns many older adults. It involves adopting a thorough yet gentle bathing routine, paying special attention to the triple S areas: skin folds, scalp, sweaty spots. It also encompasses important lifestyle adjustments like staying well hydrated with plenty of water, getting brief, safe sun exposure, consuming a diet rich in antioxidant-packed fruits and vegetables, maintaining excellent oral hygiene, ensuring clothes and bedding are washed frequently, and regularly ventilating your living spaces. Each of these steps, while seemingly simple on its own, collectively contributes to making a substantial difference. It's vital to remember that the issue of body odor changes in later life is generally not a reflection of laziness or poor hygiene, but rather a result of the natural physiological shifts that occur within our bodies as we age. The wonderful news is that we absolutely can manage and minimize this phenomenon effectively through these conscious, small adjustments to our daily habits and routines. Perhaps most importantly, please don't let concerns about body odor diminish your self-confidence, cause you to withdraw from social activities, or create distance between you and your cherished loved ones. You deserve to feel comfortable and engage fully in life. We hope these insights empower you. If you found this video valuable, please give it a final like, share it with friends or family who might benefit. And most importantly, if you haven't joined our community yet, subscribe to Old Age Wisdom and click the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos filled with practical advice for graceful aging. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these tips do you think you might implement first?